automatic transmission is heavier than manual.
Yep.
Which is a big no-no for Europeans because the gas prices are...
Bro, it's a no-no for Americans because the gas prices are high. But you know why we get it anyways? Because it's easier to drive. It's easier to operate. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm going to be reacting to a video today that is a very, very, very interesting topic. And I have a question to ask you guys, which also happens to be the title of this video, which is, why do Europeans drive primarily manual cars? Listen, if you ever visit the United States or live in the United States from Europe, right, and you want to make your vehicle theft proof, like let's say you don't really have it like that, you got to move into a neighborhood that's not so safe in America, and you know what that consists of? Little pew 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 pew, and a little, like, you know, carjacking, stuff like that. Your car will not even be looked at if it is a manual. Okay, most people in the United States have a hard time driving manual cars, myself included. One of my biggest regrets in my entire life was not learning how to drive a manual car. I was 21 when I learned how to drive, and I had some people from my work sitting there teach me how to drive. You guys know I'm in the military, and one of my initial suggestions was learning how to drive manual, because I'm like, well, if I learn how to drive that, I could drive anything. But it was highly encouraged that I just learn how to drive automatic vehicles, because that was the most common and popular type of vehicle that is driven in the United States. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. I haven't done a reaction in a long time. Actually, the last video was a reaction, so I guess I did. Anyways, let me know how you guys feel about that. We're gonna go ahead and dive nose deep into this thing. Make sure you like the video, comment down below what your response to my question was, and don't forget to subscribe.
And when I turned 18, I went to get my driving license.
As I mentioned, I was 21.
It was a manual transmission car, like 90% of all cars in Belgium.
That's cool, bro. See, that's what you need to start off with. If you're learning how to drive, your very first vehicle you should touch and learn how to drive in is a manual vehicle. That will set you up for success. Every single person told me this when I was learning how to drive, and when I told them that the very first vehicle I touched was an automatic vehicle, they all gave out a very, very disappointing sigh. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
When I turned 20, my father said I should drive his car to the restaurant we were heading for my birthday dinner.
RIP. And that was his first time driving manual?
It was an automatic transmission car.
Oh, that's easy. Automatic is baby mode, dude. Dude, a baby can literally drive an automatic vehicle. Easy.
A whole new world opened to me. I don't have to shift gears anymore.
Yep.
My left leg is free.
Yep.
Wow. I didn't think about it too much.
What I heard, though, is you're more in control with a manual than in automatic. That's what I hear. I really don't understand why people would put themselves through pain and suffering to drive a manual. Please, let me know in the comments down below.
As I thought it was something additional, a luxury on a higher-end car to have like the Mercedes that my father had. 6 months later, I found a company for my international internship in the land of opportunity.
Fuck yeah!
Okay, sorry about that. A buddy of mine and I rented a car for the first 2 weeks, and the only option available, automatic transmission.
Bro, that's not bad. That's your life literally just got elevated by eons because of that. I'm not sure where the complaint's coming in from, because that's not a complaint. That's a celebration.
Well, okay, no problem. I drove it once, I thought, and we got it.
Nice.
Later on, we bought an old 1991 Toyota Celica GT with automatic transmission.
Amen.
Well, that's odd, we thought.
Amen.
An old car with automatic transmission?
Yeah, bro, you're in America now, man. America, we have automatic vehicles everywhere. That's the #1 most popular vehicle in the States, okay? Collectively, most Americans will argue that automatic vehicles are way more common than manual vehicles. I promise you, if a burglar tries to steal your car and it's a manual vehicle, they will return that shit expeditiously. They won't even return it because they don't know how to start a manual car.
In my mind, I'm still associating automatic transition being for luxury cars, so I couldn't place it well. 1 month later, during my internship, my boss asks to get something, and I could use his car. When he hands over the keys, he says, "Can you drive a manual transmission?" And I was like,
Can I drive a manual transmission? I was born and raised and bred on that shiznit. If you're from Europe, bro, like 99.9% of y'all drive manual vehicles. And for the rest of y'all that don't, you're probably in the mama's womb.
"Yeah, of course, I've got my license." And then he responded, "But this is the States, man. Not everyone can drive it." It got me thinking, what does he mean? Are Americans bad drivers?
Yes, absolutely. 1,000%. 1,000,000,000%.
When I arrived back in the office, I asked my colleagues what kind of transmission they have in their car, and all of them answered with automatic. I was shocked to hear it. And when I said, in Europe, most of us drive manual transmission.
Yeah, y'all drive manual cars out there in Europe. Crazy. Y'all living life on the edge, and you drive fast as hell, okay, with some common sense. That is extra crazy, because in America, common sense does not exist. Ask me how I know.
One colleague responded, why would you? Automatic is easy. Why would anyone take the harder option? I went away and
it's
did
cheaper.
some research and found out the following information. In Europe, 80% of all new cars are manual transmissions, where in the States it's around 5%.
Exactly, because manual transmission cars are too damn difficult, okay? Too damn difficult. TDD. Keep that in your head. TDD. If it's TDD, it's not for me, all right? That's the motto of Americans. Too damn difficult. Manual transmission is too damn difficult, and that's not for us, okay? It's not for us. We like to keep things simple. You know what I'm saying? We have the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. That's how we function over here. That's how I'm even breathing the oxygen that I'm breathing right now. I'm keeping it simple, right? Why complicate things? I'm just saying. Don't blame me. I'm an American that don't know no better.
An automatic car is, generally speaking, 1,000 to 2,000 euros more expensive.
Exactly, bro, that's what I'm saying. It's the same in the States.
The taxes on cars are very high, especially in West Europe. And
It's the same in the States, bro. I literally just bought a car a few years ago, and it's thousands of dollars more expensive to buy an automatic vehicle than a manual vehicle. Manual vehicles are always cheaper, doesn't matter what part of the world you're in. They're cheaper.
Scandinavian countries where taxes can be up to 150%. So getting an automatic over there is a huge amount of extra money you'd pay. In most European countries, you pay an additional tax on the engine size and horsepower, which pushes the manufacturers into the smaller and lighter cars section.
Yeah.
Like an Audi A1 3-cylinder 1 litre.
Okay.
Where in the US, people tend to get 3 litre V6 or
V8s, man. It's all about it. You could add a V8.
V8 engines. Automatic transmission is heavier than manual,
Yep.
making your car weigh more, which causes more fuel consumption.
Yeah, it is way more expensive all around, whether in the US or in Europe, to own an automatic transmission vehicle versus a manual transmission vehicle.
Which is a big no-no for Europeans because the gas prices are...
Bro, it's a no-no for Americans because the gas prices are high, but you know why we get it anyways? Because it's easier to drive, it's easier to operate. That's simple. We will pay thousands of dollars more because of the ease of use. Automatic transmission vehicles are the way of life, right? They're expensive, yes, but it's worth every penny. Why the heck would I drive a vehicle with 3 pedals? That's confusing. Why?
significantly higher there. For example, in the US, a litre, where 1 litre is 0.264 gallons.
I don't know what the metric system is. You don't have to speak to me in imperial terms, sir. Imperial system or North system. Obviously, I'm joking.
Is about 0.81 USD. In Belgium, it's 1.62. UK, it's 1.64. And Italy, it's 1.84. Driving a manual car is harder, and you need to regulate.
You had me at harder. Ayo. Driving a manual transmission car is harder. That is exactly why Americans don't drive that shit for the most part, unless you're very competent. There's not a lot of us that are competent. So if you see a person, an American, driving a manual transmission vehicle, that says a lot about the individual. I myself am not competent. I'm not going to be able to drive a manual vehicle.
The clutch properly, or you will consume more fuel.
I don't need to be playing Dance Dance Revolution in my car while I'm driving. I need 2 pedals, one to go and one to stop.
Proportion gets higher if you drive a V6 or V8 US car instead of a V4 Euro car. The maintenance and repair costs of automatic cars are also higher compared with...
Yes, of course. Literally, it is inconvenient having an automatic car other than the simple fact that it is easier to use, and that is exactly why people spend thousands of dollars for convenience. I can't keep saying this.
Manual. Europe has a dynamic topography. The continent is dominated by narrower roads, hilly areas, crowded cities, and bumpy terrains.
True.
Driving through the roads of Europe thus calls for ultimate driving experience with manual transmissions.
Yeah, I get that. But automatic's better, bro.
Moving the gears up and down is more common when driving through the countryside area.
Ew, that's... Oh, no. No. Ew. Ew, why would you... Why would you do that?
Hence, manual offers seamless acceleration around the corners. To summarise, the differences are mostly economical and geographical reasons.
Yeah.
Not really the way how people like to drive.
It really is, though. It really is the way people like to drive. 1,000%. 1,000%. I mean, it's cost, right? Because the only people who buy automatic vehicles are people who want to live an easier life, that have, money to blow and stuff like that. And even if you don't have money to blow on something like that, it's easier to use if you get an automatic vehicle. It's more expensive in both Europe and the USA to get an automatic vehicle. It's not cost efficient in Europe and the USA. However, it is easier to use, which is why people do that in the USA. People are more cost efficient in Europe in general, right? So obviously people are going to lean more towards manual vehicles. Obviously that also contributes to other factors that play a huge role in Europe as well. The terrain, structuring the cities, this, that, the third, because obviously automatic transmissions are a lot bigger, so it takes up a lot more space. Being in Germany for the times I was in Germany, those roads are narrow, okay? Them things is small. I thought me as a human being couldn't fit in the road for how small those roads were. So I do get that manual transmission in general is universally in Germany effective. Makes sense. Not just Germany, but all of Europe. Very effective. In America, they're effective as well. However, they're not easy to use. For the people who know what they're doing, absolutely. But most people don't want to use 3 pedals, bro.
What do you think will happen in the future? Will the trend keep on going?
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Americans will not, for the most part, succumb to driving a manual vehicle. Fuck no. Okay?
Will we see a change because of electrical vehicles? Let me know in the
Well, I mean, you'll see a change because of electrical vehicles, but I don't think electric vehicles are manual. Are there manual electrical vehicles?